Welcome back to the Seaboard Central, everyone. This is the April 2021 layout update. I'm going to show you what's been going on in this past month since the last video. Here we see a brand new Scale Trains ES44AC engine. It's one of my favorite road units that we have on Norfolk Southern. The Norfolk Southern ES44AC locomotives were built according to CSX specs. So unlike the Dash 9 that it's coupled to, which weighs 410,000 pounds, this ES44AC, the prototype at least, weighs 432,000 pounds. And the extra weight adds extra tractive effort for the engine, and they put weight everywhere they could find it, including the handrail stanchions are thicker than what's on the Dash 9s. The nose door, the door to go in the locomotive, is a lot heavier and beefier than what's on a regular Dash 9. And everywhere they could find to add weight, they added weight. Matter of fact, Union Pacific actually started ordering heavier ES44ACs later on in their production. One cool spotting feature about the Norfolk Southern ES44ACs is they have actually stronger dynamic brakes than, say, a Dash 9. You can see this by the three panels here. So I've weathered this AC unit up, probably heavier than what the prototype looks like back in 2015, but I wanted it to be dusty, and especially back then, they were mainly used for unit trains, but at least on my railroad, you'll see them hauling the Norfolk Southern freight train around the layout. So something else I did some work on this past month was updating my Athearn Genesis GP40-2, which was formerly the 2401, but I've renumbered it to 2425, and I want to start putting my GP40 units in the 2420 series. I don't want to have any locomotive, at least Seaboard Central locomotive, with the same last two digits. And in the future, I'm going to have a GP15 with a 1501 number. So that was the main reason I changed the number on this one. And while I was at it, I added some more weathering to it to make it a little more grungy. And I also updated the speed curve on this locomotive. So let's do some switching with it and go spot up a couple of industries. First thing we need to do is grab a group of boxcars and set them over to track number 1. Coming out of track 3 with 4 boxcars and a tank car. We don't need the head boxcar, so we'll set it back over to track 3 after we shove the rear 4 cars into track 1 on top of a couple of cement cars that are headed to Argos. All right, we've got what we need. Let's head over to the Southland Industrial Park. I recently redid this crossing, try to make it look a little bit better. Still got a little bit of work to do to it to clean it up, but it definitely looks better than it did before. We'll come up here and stop short of it so the brakeman can flag it. We're going to ease up to the next switch. So since everything's coming out of Argos today, we'll hold on to the whole train to pull the empties from both the sand track and the cement track. One of the things I added this past month are these deraillers by Durango Press. And I call these flip-flop derails because you flip them on and flop them off. They're an older style derail, but they do the job. So we'll bring the cars in, couple up to the sand track first. Now we'll take them out and go pull the empties off the cement side. Another solid coupling. That's 2 for 2. All right, let's pull these empties out, set them out on the pass track. That'll work. We'll couple back up to the empties, pull them in the clear, and then run around the whole thing. Before we cleared up the switch, I cleared up those 2 derails by putting them back on. So whenever you leave a place, make sure you restore the derails. Here's the start of my next project, which is just now starting along, and it's actually just a small portion of what's going to be a pretty large facility. And on this particular version of the Seaboard Central, it's actually going to be a different industry than it will be once I move to a new house and start Seaboard Central version number 2. And this industry gets box cars on the inside of the building and a tank car spotted up outside of the building. The next industry will still get box cars on the inside, but get PD covered hoppers on the outside. So this one's going to be a really interesting place to switch. Should be a lot of fun. I've also added derails to this industry as well. So now let's go spot the tank car. So that's what's been going on the Seaboard Central. Be sure to come back next month and we'll see what else we can accomplish. Until then, thanks for watching and happy model railroading, everyone.